and welcome back to yet another episode of his Techie Podcast. You're joined by me, your baby girl, your host, Kosei Siere. And I'm joined with a special guest. Let me run to the cards real quick because I have to give serious intro for this one. Not only is she a tech and lifestyle content creator, she's the founder of the Tech Bay platform. She was also featured, and this one I said, sorry, my friend is somebody featured in Insider Tech and Afrotech, and a Tech 100 winner. A fellow tech babe, my good sis, Charmaine.
Hey. Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy I'm here.
This has been a long time coming.
No, it's actually been a long time coming.
We met. I feel like we met like online, no?
We met online, yes.
But then we have mutuals.
Yes,
yeah.
no, it's God because we met online, and I would say like there's a couple people online. I'm just like, oh, like I know off. I would say everyone that I know offline. I'm like, oh, I know off them. But like there's certain people, like, oh yeah, like that's my girl. I love this girl, you know. Yeah, and I feel like you're definitely 100% one of them. And then when I met in real life, I was like, wait, you're not. You're like, wait.
I was like, you're not. Yeah, it was one of those.
Exactly.
I love it.
I love it so much.
Okay, before we kick off though, I need to say, guys, thank you so much to all the new subscribers, the new followers. Like, everyone really enjoyed the last episode. I'm getting people messaging me saying that they really enjoyed the episode, like it touched them, like they agree. I'm just like, guys. And I even had, I think I added a poll on Spotify, and I was like, if you're a Christian or like a young Christian in this generation, do you feel like you've ever been perceived differently? And I was shocked. Like, first of all, 100% of the responses were yes, but I was even shocked that people actually responded. So I'm going to be doing more polls. Like, I'm just, thanks, guys. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, go and subscribe right now. If you're listening on Spotify and you're not following this podcast, go and follow right now.
What are you doing?
As in, ask them, please, because
Hurry up, chop.
you can't be chopping content for free.
100%.
Like, support the movement. Thank you so much. But yeah, how have you been?
I've been fine, girl. It's a lot going on, but I'm good. I'm thriving, surviving.
I love that. Listen, heavy on the surviving.
Babes.
This week drained me.
Oh, child. You know when you're really working for your money.
Everyone, 1p, 2p, they made me work for it. Like, I just feel like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Yeah. No, it can be a lot. Yeah, especially I feel like different companies at different points of the year, like it gets really stressful. For some, like if you work for like an auditing firm, like a specific time of year where they're doing like tax returns or whatever, or getting audited, that's a stressful month. If you work, do you know what I mean, in e-commerce and you're like, I don't know.
Black Friday was crazy for us. Ooh, goddamn.
Can't imagine.
Black Friday was insane. Like my head was hot for like 2 weeks straight.
I can imagine, babes. I can imagine, yeah. Same with like finance, like times where either like they're getting regulated or they have to put different reports in. Crazy time.
So what do you, in fact, tell the peoples, what do you do? Like, what is your role?
Yeah,
because I'm not even sure I know.
Do you know what?
I just know that you're a tech babe.
Nobody knows, and I
is
feel
it something
like,
you don't want to share?
Do you know what? No, the only okay. So
give us brief.
So right now, like I work as a consultant, right? I work as I would say the top bit tech consultant. So I've done that for the last like 4.5 years. Okay. As soon as I came out of uni, my first job was technical consultant. Yeah. And with that, I've worn like many hats. Okay. Because like as a consultant, you basically, a client has an issue, you go in there, you fix it, and then you're on to the next client. So previously with my old company, I was just a technical consultant, but I like specialized in different areas such as like Salesforce, which is like a customer relationship management tool. I did a lot of testing, so I was testing for different companies, like law firms and a telecommunications company. And then now I'm a management consultant, so everything is in like the management field. So that can vary between like being a business analyst, which I've done that before. It can range to being a product owner. If you like interested to become a scrum master is there, PMO, project manager. So it
do a little bit of everything.
You can do a bit of everything depending on the project, depending on your expertise. So I'm a management consultant. So currently, a lot of the things I was doing before was technical business analyst, but now I work as a technical product owner. right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. All I heard was money. Dollar bills, yo.
Oh, crap, child.
I'm done.
Yeah. But yeah, consultant, it's hard because it's like sometimes people get confused with what I do, and you can have this like jack of all trades, master of none.
That's exactly one of the reasons why I left, you know.
Yeah. No, I hear it. Yeah. I hear it.
Because I was like, I know a bit of everything, but I don't know in depth about one thing.
Exactly.
And I don't really like that.
Yeah.
So once, for example, like when we started using like Power BI or like getting into data.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I really like this. I want to carry on doing it. And then it was like, okay, next project. And I was like,
project.
Next
project.
And it like, you didn't really have much of a say. It was kind of just like, move on. Whatever that comes to the company, whatever we have, that's what you're working on. And I remember when I was telling my manager, like, I kind of just want to focus on a specific type of project, like data projects. This guy basically, long and short, he told me like, listen, there's no data projects. And if you want to keep working, if you want to have a job, like...
Yeah. That was my last company.
That's you better just carry on.
Carry on. Firm it. That's a lot of time. You like firm it. And I think that depending on what type of person you are and what type of part of like IT you want to specialize in, if you want to specialize, because that's the thing, loads of people are like technical consultants, and then they, in the consulting game, they just go on to like a senior manager where they're like working in bigger projects, bigger scales of projects and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not for everyone. However, what I would say about working in consulting, some things I'm like, yeah, I don't like being a BA.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't like this, or I don't like this type of project, or doing that.
Okay.
But if I wasn't a technical consultant, I would have had to like sign a whole new contract, start working for a job for minimum like a year or however long I could firm it for, and then be like, oh, I don't like this.
She said however long I could firm it.
Do you know what I mean? And then be, I don't like this.
Our generation are very much like, if it's not making sense, leave.
No, because
one of my friends, she literally like, I'm like, where are you working now? Like, she would just get up and leave, and I'm just like, okay, I hear it.
Yeah, I hear it. I know a lot of people are literally like that. They're very much like, no, every like year and a half, year max,
That's
year
crazy.
and a half. So you see like 2018, 2019, 2020.
On their CV must be looking crazy. But I always had like this idea that wasn't really a good look. I don't know if you know anything about that or if you've heard of that, but I always hear like, it doesn't show loyalty.
100%, because it will come up. Like, so when you're speaking about like your experience in HR, so when I'm speaking to like people who are HR, they work in HR, they work in recruitment, that always comes up. They're saying, why have you moved so much? Or, well, not like why, and I feel like reasoning is always really important as well. So if you can justify why you moved from like a certain company. So for example, if you're working for a startup and you're like, yeah, I didn't like working for a startup, I didn't like the startup culture. It's not mad if you say, yeah, I want to work for a big company now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a crazy look. Yeah. And then your first company didn't work out because of A, B, and C or whatever. So depending on how
I'm a contractor, please. Like, just like, keep it stepping.
Exactly. And be like, yeah, it just wasn't working, or I did voluntary redundancy, or you know, or something,
just
or
make up a lie and be stepping.
If you're that type of person. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I'm that type of person.
Yeah, same. I was in my last role for 3 and a bit years, and my plan was even to like leave after, I don't even know. I got fed up, and I was like, I want to leave.
Yeah.
But when I looking back on hindsight, I'm like, okay, I actually really did love working there. Like, we became like a little family.
Yeah.
Like, I like going to somewhere where I can actually vibe with the people. Like, 100%. It's not just work. Like, because you spend most of your time with these people.
100%.
I need to like you. We need to be able to like reason and talk on a level and stuff. So I was like, okay, when like 2 of my like my peoples, when they left, I was like, oh,
why am I here? What am I doing here?
But I was already kind of feeling like hot and cold anyway, just because I wasn't enjoying the consultancy role anymore. But then when they left, I said, it's time to go.
Time to wrap it up.
But then I was a bit scared as well. So I kind of just stayed there for a bit, just to, I guess, get the skills that I needed. Do all of the exams and certifications that I needed. And then I was like, anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I feel like 3 years is always a good amount. Like, you can't chat for me. If I've been somewhere for 3 years,
that shows loyalty.
That shows loyalty. Yeah. I was at my last company as well for like literally 3 years. And then I've been at my current one for like a year and 6 months.
Okay, yeah, damn, you long in. I think I'm like 6 months into my current role. Yeah, I'm still a baby. Like,
baby.
I'm just a baby.
Probation. Finish probation.
Yeah, finish probation. Pass probation.
Well done, babes.
Thank you.
I love that.
And yeah, now they're making me work.
They're working
like this week. Okay, let's talk about it because why is it? Yeah, office politics. Let's go, because I get so annoyed when they'll be like, oh yeah, Cossa's the technical one. She could do this, and they're just promising the world. I'm like, bro, I never said I had that skill set. That's know.
Very rude.
I didn't tell you that I can do that. And now all of a sudden it's like your name's been attached to this project or this deliverable, and it's like, who said that I'm going to do this work?
Yeah, I feel like, especially coming from like consulting world, like your client, if you say you're going to do something, you have to do it because you've gone to the client to do it. So I've learned, please, don't, if they say, hi, actually, can we do that? I said, no, sorry, that's past my capabilities. Or, well, it's not in scope. I tell people all the time,
it's not in scope.
It's not in scope.
Yeah, that is my favourite. Can we just revisit the scope? Just make sure that this is within scope and within my remit.
100%. And if you want that deliverable, I'll tell you, but it's not in this sprint. I can't do this in this, current time. This time period is not thingy. So don't be asking me to do that. And if you want me to go and learn and do that, whatever, are you paying for my training course for me to go and learn and understand?
Literally just yesterday I was having a conversation with like the PM, and I went back to him and I was like, listen, I told you from the very start, I don't know if I can take on this task. One, because I don't know if I have the capacity. Two, because I don't even know if I can do this. Like I told you, I wanted to just take time, do like a little mini discovery and understand what the requirements are, and then if I can do it, I can do it. And I literally said to him, I highlighted the message. I went back, like almost like on Twitter when you can quote tweet.
You quote tweet?
On Teams. I went back to the message and I replied to that message and I was like, I do not want to do a project that is out of my remit.
Sorry.
And here I am fighting for my life, doing a project that is out of my remit. I was like, all of the stuff that she's added on here is not in scope. Like I'm...
Yeah. What do you want me to do? And then that takes away from the work, the actual deliverables that you can do. Are you crazy? Because it's not, I feel like people as well that are like, sometimes they're non-technical, or they might think, because like I said,
they just think you're a magician.
You think you're just a magician. I can't, like, that's why, like, obviously with my technical ability, it actually stops at like a certain level or whatever. And I feel like being a technical consultant, I had good like exposure to kind of like test that and see if that's something I would want to do or double in, but like, whatever. But I definitely know, everyone knows, if you're a technical person or you're going and do something, you know where it stops.
Where it stops.
Because when they start asking for parameters of this or
adding things on, and I was just like, sir, I don't. And then he had the audacity to tell me, oh yeah, but obviously because you're new and stuff, this is a really good look if you are able to do it. Maybe just spend not too much time, but just spend a few hours maybe this weekend trying to kind of like look into how. I said, oh, so now I should even work on the weekend. Like, I'm gonna have to, because I'm afraid I don't know how to do this task.
Yeah,
but 100%. I'm just like, are you guys being serious right now?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Are you for real?
Ring upon the HR, because
don't give me mental anguish. And it's giving, that's why I asked you, are you off probation? These are the things that because now you can start, when you're when it's the beginning, and
you can't say anything.
I can do
I can do it. Don't worry.
But now it's like, but I think even like just as a young professional, it's not good to just overcommit yourself if you can't do something. Just so people even have like an inkling, like, so if you're unable to do it at a specific time, you can say, hey, I wasn't able to do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not able to do it because I wasn't able to.
I always give myself extra time. I'll even just, if they're like, oh, when do you think you can get this done? Even if I can get it done this afternoon, I'll be like, oh, tomorrow. By close of business tomorrow, I should be able to get that.
100%.
If I get it before, cool. Then I look even better. They'll be like, oh, you're so fast, you're so good. I'm like,
baby, come on.
But if not, close of business tomorrow.
100%.
Close of business tomorrow.
What's your team set up like?
It's weird because, okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a data analyst.
Woohoo!
New to the role, but so it's weird. Like, we have like a data services team.
Okay.
So like the overarching team is data services. Then we have like business analysts, we have data engineers, software engineers, and then like there's a whole like insights team that specialize in insights. And then I'm just like the random one data analyst.
Oh, no random, child. No random.
I'm just the one data analyst that kind of bridges the gap between the insights team and the data services platform. So whenever insights come to us and they're like, okay, we need a new, this is getting really technical, but if you don't understand, don't worry. But insights will basically come to my team and be like, okay, we need a new data feed, or we've added a new data feed in. we want to see what this data looks like, but no one on their team has any like data knowledge. So then they come to me, and then I'm like, okay, I will get the data out of the database.
She do that. You do that. That's you.
Amen. Thank you. Yeah, so I get the data out of the database, clean it, transform it, visualize it.
You do the cleaning too, babes.
I can do.
I hate that.
So, but most of the time it's like POCs, like proof of I need to stop using. I hate being one of those people that just throws out jargon. Like proof of concept. I normally do that, so it's not like the full productionized version. It's just like a small scale version, just to see the art of the possible. And then if it's something that is doable, that's when the data engineers step in and they're like, okay, we need to add in this. That's when it's like way out of my. They'll be doing pipelines and ETL process and all of this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is. Yeah, you guys do that.
Yeah, you do your thing. You do that.
Yeah.
You do that.
So that's my team set up, and it's cool. It's interesting because obviously I've come from consultancies, very fast paced.
Yeah.
And like you can be on like 5, 6, 7 projects in one go, and like I don't know about you, but when I was a consultant, like I could be just like the business analyst, or I can be like the actual person doing the developing, or I can just be like helping out with stuff. So my role in every project was a bit different, and like when I came to where I am now, I was like, damn, this is really slow. Like I was even like, I'm kind of bored. Like
no, you can have a lot of time. I can imagine that.
And they told me that, like my old colleague said, you're gonna be bored at some point, and I was like, it's okay, it's all right. But then when I got there, I was like, oh, okay, this is a lot slower pace. Like, but I think as a first job, it was very good to like get me into into the working world. It was like very fast paced. You have to learn quickly. You have to adapt quickly. Yeah. And I think that's good. I think people that do the like other way around.
Jump scare.
Jump scare. Like
it can be
a culture shock.
A culture shock. Yeah, I think I kind of had it similar. So. Well, like a bit different. So in my old technical consulting company, I was doing testing for a long period of time before like I left. And with testing, right? So testing, if you don't know what being a tester is, or like a quality assurance analyst, QA.
Inform me, please, because I don't really be knowing what those people are doing.
So basically, a quality assurance analyst is making sure that the application, the software, or whatever the end product is that's being developed by the software engineers or being like modified, or for example, let's take an app, right? The creators of POT had a vision of what the app is supposed to do. Software developers or software engineers go and create the app, right? And you need to make sure that it works how they said
they wanted it to work.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So you get the requirements, you have like test cases and scenarios of the user wants to check out an item, the user wants to use her card, the user wants to do A, B, and C. There's so much that happens in like a software development lifecycle where the person engineers it to do A, B, and C, but like you're unable maybe to click on a certain button. So that's a defect you raise. You go to the software engineers and say, oh, A, B, and C, whatever. And sometimes the requirements don't make sense. So you have to sit with the BAs as well.
Like, hello. What was the requirement?
What was the requirement?
Because some people's English, let's talk about it, because some people are writing the requirement. And I'm like, sorry, what does this mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean? Or they get bored or get tired, and then it's like you as the person
need to interpret what they want.
Exactly. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and especially now as a like the way where I sit as a PO, I work like with requirements from the bank, but also like get information from like the devs, the actual development of the people who do the software. So I'll be doing the configuration sometimes to my extent and deploying on Git, but it's not working. How it's supposed to work because the requirements are not.
It's not
people
clear.
have not written what you want properly.
Yeah.
How am I meant to know what you're saying? I don't know what you're saying. One person needs to. You might need to. I said.
You might. Sir, we need to be specific here. We need specific requirements. Right? In the case of this, what should happen when this is pressed? What should happen when this is closed? Like, come on now.
And I've been a defect manager too, where I've had to shout. I have to say hello, like guys. When is this? When are you going to close this?
Okay, manager.
Okay. It's basically like, so it was an offshore team. So sometimes a lot of the time, the offshore team are in like India or somewhere else. And then you have to like get on to people like, hello, you need to hurry up and do the testing because we need to do this by A, B, and C. We need this done on our end, So it's a lot of like hats as a consultant you're doing, and it's fast paced. And with my old company, in the testing period, there was like, when it's all finished, like in terms of like, you kind of finish your testing until like you're doing regression testing. Ooh. Regression testing, basically.
I know people at home are so confused.
What are you talking about? Regression testing is basically, you know how I just said you have normal testing just to make sure it's working correctly. Sometimes they go and fix it. So you say, oh, the person's unable to check out their basket if it was a shopping app, right? The person goes and fixes it, software engineer goes and fixes it, they come back and say, oh, it's finished now, it's working now. Then you have to make sure that whatever fix they've made doesn't break everything else. So at periods times, like it'll be quiet, so I wouldn't do anything, like especially in summer months. I wouldn't do a lot of the work because like the people are still like making developing and editing the software, so you don't have any like incoming things or any requirements. So it was like quiet, and then sometimes it would be really busy again. So I went from that, and then my company right now, a lot of their clients are very hands-on. They have working in financial services, like so working for trading platforms, insurance firms, or like banks. They've got their own job.
I actually want to go to a bank next. I think once I leave. Okay, so just so people are not like totally in the dark, I work for a fashion company, so I'm a data analyst in a fashion company. But like, yeah, when I leave, I feel like I do want to target a bank, but I know that the banks, I know that it's so fast paced. There's this show, I think it's called Industry. Okay. I love that show. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, drop a comment. But Industry was such a good show. Like, I think they worked in like, they were like traders. Ooh. And it just was following, it was like a drama. I don't think it was real, but apparently one of the storylines was real, and that was like a grad or like a new starter like died of, like, I think they had like sorry, that I knew what it
death not died, child.
I said that so casually,
like died. She's died. Sorry.
But yeah, the student died because I think they were just under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. They were trying, I don't know what happened, but they basically had a heart attack in the toilet in the cubicle.
It can happen, especially working with people, like I know people who like went out of uni, straight went to Big Four and all that kind of stuff.
I couldn't even, after the interview process alone for some of the Big Fours, I said, don't worry,
it's fine.
I think it was Morgan Stanley that I applied for. The coding interview, I just closed. I said, yeah, I'm not doing this because one, I don't know what that, don't worry. And I remember going to one particular interview.
You got there. She even got there. She's even better than me. Did I even get? I think.
But this wasn't for Morgan Stanley. I went to an interview for a different company.
Okay.
And I got there. There was just like 20 like white males like all out of uni, and then they, you know, when they make us do that like icebreaker thing, so everyone say where you're from and like what uni you went to and what you studied, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm Matt, went to uni of Bristol, studied mathematics and applied science, and I was like, and then I'm Tom, I went to Warwick, studied and I'm just like, okay. And then it came to me, they're all looking at me, and I'm like, I'm Corsair. I studied computer science. I went to De Montfort University in Leicester, where someone just shut.
Oh no! You tried to embarrass me.
You tried to embarrass me.
You know, and everyone knows where De Montfort. Don't. You know, there's Leicester Uni, De Montfort. Like, stop.
They really tried it.
Stop it.
They really tried it. Obviously, then I didn't know what I was going to graduate with, so I didn't really. I was still like in imposter syndrome. Yeah. So I was just like, De Montfort University is in Leicester, but that whole interviewing process, like trying to get a job out of uni, was bloody stress, and no one prepares you for that. No one tells you anything about that. Yo,
that's not a joke. You could literally, like, I was so happy that after uni I got a job in for the NHS, working at a hospital, and I was doing like the admin side. You think I was booking patients in? I was on Grad Cracker, Target jobs, all the job Indeed, everything. I had tabs.
Grad Cracker, what a flipping throwback. My gosh.
Click.
Grad Cracker.
Apply. Hey, do you think, even jobs, I was like, maybe I can do it.
Yeah.
Click. It's cool. It's crazy.
That was one of the big deterrents for me. Like, after that Morgan Stanley experience and then the other place, I was like, I'm not targeting a Big Four, because why am I killing myself?
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
I actually got my first job through going to like a women in tech event. Like, do you know where they have like different stands and stuff? I had like 20 copies of my CV.
Oh, I had them like printed, filed. I probably still have it somewhere, filed.
Most of them were like, sorry, we're not taking CVs, but like a couple took them, and like one of them actually called me back and like, oh yeah, would you want to come? And then that's how I got my job, and the rest is history.
I love that.
But if you're applying for jobs right now, like, my heart goes out to you. I have sympathy for you because, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I want to go to a big four. I do want to go to a bank, but I just, because the money is the money.
I would say financial services do pay a lot. They ask for a lot, but they do pay a lot, especially if you're working like in-house. So they definitely.
And because I've realized that I like to be busy. I feel like I'm
good. Yeah,
I'm good in that respect.
If you like that, then baby girl. There's other people that overstimulation works for, it depends how you are. And I would say though, having an interest or having an understanding about financial services really does go a long way. Ooh. So before my consultancy that I work for now, I didn't have no knowledge of financial services, but I did know that with financial services, they're always like ahead. They're always trying to, how can I say, they always try to like use either data or insights to get ahead of their competitors. And they have money to invest in technology and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, let me see what that's cracking in financial services, because the law firm I was working for really good as well. One of the clients of my consultancy, they were good. They're literally known for using technology to get ahead. And then the telecommunications, it was alright, but they don't do you know what I mean? But certain industries leverage, they have more money, so they leverage
to make it interesting.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because they were like, I know for a fact, like, fintechs were using AI chatbots and all that kind of stuff early on.
Chatbots, is it GPT?
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. There's always something coming out. Like, it's bad enough that if you say, hey Siri, the phone will just sit up. But I don't know, man. Like, do you think they're going to take over?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So I studied cognitive and clinical neuroscience. And so it was understanding the brain and how, one of my modules basically that kind of introduced me to tech is understanding how they try to put the brain into AI, right? I was like, oh, what's tech? And I kind of went into tech because of that and trying to understand that. But the problem is that, we're not at that stage where you still have to put like input data.
There still has to be someone to start it off.
100%. Yeah. And I think people underestimate like the complexity of your brain and what you're able to do because of that, and being able to be so intelligent to listen, to retain information, to make new things, to learn, to whatever, which AI
can't do. You can only teach it so much.
100%.
Yeah.
And there's still biases that that you have.
And humans are just so damn biased.
Exactly.
Like,
humans have their own biases.
Our bias is always going to be built into AI in general. I remember like in my old workplace, I had to complain because I was like, why is it I'm putting my hand under the soap dispenser and no soap is coming out?
I did a whole TikTok video about that. And it was
Did you actually?
Yeah. Because why? I said, why?
What's happening here? Who programmed it?
You programmed it. And do you know what? Who was the analyst at the end that said, yep, working? You didn't use a black hat, did you? You didn't use a black hand.
Your user acceptance testing was trash.
And then I should have dirty hands. Because of your error, I should have to. That's the thing. And I'll die. Do you see?
That was so extreme.
Like, it's extreme. But like, we're thinking of like, this extreme. Yeah. But like, with other stuff, when you go to the hospital and they put that thing to record your like temperature and your pulse readings.
The finger.
They did a study, guys. Sometimes it was doing inaccurate because it wasn't tested on melanated skin.
Oh,
so damn. It's like with stuff with AI, with technology, if you don't include black people and stuff like that, do you see? What? I'll be carrying last. I should be receiving inadequate health care because I'm black, because you man didn't program
your due diligence.
It can go, like, I'm reaching, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I can reach, but I'm not. So.
I even saw one about like, you know how you can do your passport online?
Yeah.
So one babe was saying how she tried to do hers online, and like she was looking straight, like, and it was like, stop smiling, like it can't read your face because you're smiling, and she's like, bro, I'm not smiling, this is just my lips. Like, she's even like, I think it was a video. I think there was a video. I'll try and find it and like link it. But like, literally the space that they'd given for the lips.
Oh no.
Okay.
We'll be like,
okay.
It's your bottom lip. It's just one. It's just half.
One lip had already filled the entire space of the. I said, okay.
No, it's rude. Or I've seen people where they like, they have like applications and they have to like write their name. I think one lady, she's I think she was Chinese. She put Lee, like Li. What's the same? No, it's not like you haven't put your same. That's her name. Or if you put like a long name, it's not gonna think. Oh, you have like a 16 character name or like a 2 character name.
I just don't understand, man.
But if my name was Holly something, you'd have accepted it. John Smith, you're accepting
not
it.
John Smith.
John Smith, child.
Not every day, John Smith.
John Smith, child. Honestly.
I can't.
Yeah. But like, you know how you said you work in like you want to work for banks and all that kind of stuff. Let me get my drink too.
Girls, let's cheers. Let's cheers. Ching, ching,
Oh,
ching.
ching, ching. I love that.
Because navigating adulthood is techie. Please, we need to enjoy ourselves. Just young baby girls.
It's techie.
Working in tech.
Being a fly girl, getting our hair done, working in tech. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. I was gonna ask, so like how you said you want to work in like finance, right? And you're thinking, okay, cool, maybe that's like an industry you want to explore. However, I've known, I don't feel like I've experienced it, but like a lot of people I know who work in that kind of like big 4 or like consult, like auditing companies, it's very like toxic in terms of like, the work culture.
I can
like,
imagine. Industry even showed me. Yeah. Let's even talk about it. How comfortable are you to like tread on some toes to get where you need to be?
Oh,
have you ever done it? Would you ever do it? Like, would you throw some... Okay. I wouldn't throw somebody under the bus, but I'm not one to just take rubbish.
Yeah.
I would just accept rubbish.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
I will name and shame you. Like,
yeah.
If this work was done by this person, I'm say it.
Oh, I'm even using microfilm. That's not even a problem for me. That's not, that is even just my civil right. That's even me doing civil.
Yeah,
that's not like anything for me. Like I've definitely done that in the past. I remember one manager, right? He wanted me to teach an offshore team to do the work, and then I do the work as well, and then I basically don't get like credit for it. And then I knew my main like report, my line manager told us to stop working on this project. So what did I do? I sent a lovely email. I said, "Hi, just wanted to confirm this is what I was meant to
email.
Yeah, this is what I meant to do." Then he got in trouble because why are you making me do? And it wasn't even like,
dirty work.
do you know what I mean? Why are you making me do your dirty work? And then I'm not gonna get credit for it when bending my back. I always say, if you allow people to like
take the piss,
or people will take you for a ride. Like they'll jump on your back. Then when you're on the floor, they'll say sis. They'll say lie still. Yeah. To really stamp on your thingy.
Because especially as a new person, I clocked that quick. Like, and I'll say it straight up. Like, sorry, this isn't really a data analytics role, or like this isn't what I was told or my understanding of my role was. So can we just clarify? Like, I had to say straight, because obviously when I first joined, I want to make a good impression, and like I want to do the work, like I want to get stuck in. I just want to know everything about everything. So I was like willing to like help out and do this and do that, and then I just clocked. I was like, are you just giving me the work that you don't want to do? Like this has nothing to do with anything that I'm doing right 100%. Now. So then I just started saying like, I just want to have a chat with my manager first, and like just make sure that this aligns with my,
just to confirm.
Then all of a sudden, then they're putting in meetings like, oh no, Costa's not supposed to be working on this, and I was just like, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Honestly, you know what? I respect the people. Like I've done this in the past with consultancy as well. I don't know if you felt like this, where in terms of like whatever the client wants, it kind of runs. Like if that makes sense. Sometimes the client will be like, Charmaine, could you please, I know it's going to take you a long time to do this, but could you please, whatever I owe you, like, I owe you muffins and this, that. Talks. I was like, that I can hear, because you understand what you're asking me is not in scope. I have not been set. That's not my task that was set this week, whatever, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like you and, you appreciate what I've done. But don't be trying to be sneaky, be giving me offloads of work that you haven't done and all this kind of stuff. So you have to run like what you did and be like, oh, sorry, I just need to discuss.
Just want a quick discussion, quick call.
Just to clear, so everyone's clear. I understand what's in scope, what's not in scope.
Honestly, because these people will really just rubbish you, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like really dogging someone, I don't think I can do it. I don't have it in me.
As a Christian.
As a child of God.
As a child of God, Okay, so like I think a lot of like culture in terms of like the corporate world in general always tell you, especially in specific industries, they always tell you like you need to be ahead of your this that. You need to be able to step on. You know, you always see that on like Wolf of Wall Street. You always see that on these like, you know, on these, I would say, male dominated.
Yeah.
A lot of male dominated, but that's the thing, innit? A lot of male dominated like industries where they say, you know, this is what the person did A, B, and C. I just feel like what is for me will always be for me, will always come for me. And that can even be like wickedness as well, because I can't because
sorry, I wasn't expecting that,
because do you know what I mean?
It's true though.
So if I put goodness or whatever, but like
the goodness will come back to
you. Do you know what I mean? So that could be wickedness. So I'm not, I like, you know, you see people like deleting people's work, or like if people see like an email unsent,
I have the craziest. Okay, story time.
Oh no, child, let me get my
story time. So, where I was, okay, I'm not even gonna like go too much into detail, but like I've worked somewhere, where a particular guy, we were paired to work on something together.
Yeah.
We both took an attempt at this piece of code, but we both got different results. This guy was already telling me, oh no, I think like you've missed something here because da-da-da. And I was like, okay, let's just wait for, you know, my guy to come back and confirm whether or not.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So that's how he was like, oh, yeah, well done guys, but like this numbers are not right, like, and the file that's already been uploaded doesn't seem to be right. And I was like, the file that's already been uploaded? So I didn't upload no damn file. And I was like, sorry, what numbers were you expecting?
Yeah.
He was now going through the numbers. I was like, oh, lo and behold, those are the numbers that I have. Like, my code is actually correct. So he was like, yeah, if you don't mind, Kosa, just re-uploading the file that's already there. Went to go and look at the file. This guy that I was supposedly meant to be working with together has already uploaded his work. We haven't even like peer checked it, like nothing. You've just gone to upload it as if, yeah, it's the final answer. And it was even wrong.
That's what you get.
Okay. Best believe, you know, this guy was like, oh, Kosa, just so you know, I've fixed my code and I've re-uploaded it. I said, sorry?
Sorry?
So he deleted my one and re-uploaded it again just so it would show that
he's the one that thingy.
I said, anyway, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. I said, hello, I can't work with this guy again. She said, oh, why? And I was like, listen, I don't even want to like start chatting about anybody, but I can't work with him. It's like he's trying to like steal my shine. And this isn't the first time we'll be in meetings, like giving like a daily stand-up, just giving updates on what we've done. I'll be like, oh, so yeah, we've managed to yeah. He'll just jump in and just start speaking over me.
I do not play those games.
It'll be mad if I continue talking and we're both talking over each other. So I just was like, okay, let me keep quiet then. And he'll give the whole update and not one single week. It'll be, I did this and I did this and I thought.
Okay. No, I don't play against that. I do not.
So I had to tell my manager, I was just like, I can't work with this guy. Like, there's being a team player and then there's just literally just trying to like rubbish somebody. I'm sorry, like, what's this?
It's rubbishing. It's giving saboteur.
Yeah.
It's giving saboteur. The fact that he even deleted it, that's wickedness. And it's just not gonna, it's not good. It's not
just so your name will show that you uploaded it. It's not that
people
deep, sir.
And I think that there's another way that you can do it. So for example, if you're a type of person who's a go-getter, right, who wants to be like top of the class, there's different people that like to do this. I don't know, would you say you're that type of person? Would you like to say you're someone who wants to be known as, you know, Kose's amazing at A, B, and C, like you're VP at your level doing whatever, you know? Or are you that type that like you just want to be really good at what you do, and it's not like you want to like necessarily be the VP and, you know, whatever.
I can't lie, the Nigerian in me is saying I want to be the VP.
No, it's fine. Certain people are like that. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if you are that type of person, there's better ways that you can go about that instead of sabotaging other people.
Yeah, 100%.
I.e. like, you know, some other people, they're always at work drinks. They're always like...
Oh, yeah. My first job, I was there.
Always at work drinks.
Yeah.
You make rapport. With your networking or rapporting. You're doing all of, you know what I mean? All of this, all of that.
Doing all the extra stuff.
Do you know what I mean? And
that was me.
That's how... Do you know what I mean? But I rather be that kind of person
than just trying to trample on your...
What?
And it shows as well. And then you look really crazy. You just look mad.
You look weird. You look mad. But I guess, some people, I guess some people's, like, it's the game, is the game. Yeah, other people's very much is the game.
I hate that mentality. Even when it comes to dating, when they'll be like, charge to the game is the game.
The game is the game.
No. You owe people explanation.
Yeah.
You owe people common courtesy.
100%.
I don't agree with ghosting. Ghosting is rude. Like,
it's rude.
We can't just keep saying the game is the game. This is why everyone is now saying all the men are trash and all the women are trash, and then we're all just looking at each other.
Competition or this, that. No, I don't play with that. I don't play with that.
It's not every day. The game is the game. No. Sometimes show your emotions.
100%. I'm
open.
Yeah, I'm open to say, this is what I feel, whatever. Even if you don't feel the same, cool, whatever. Like, you literally just keep it moving. Yeah, I feel like there's more openness in being like, like, whatever, like, even if you like someone but you feel like they're not serious, like, oh, like, I definitely do like you, but like,
I just get a sense of,
but like, you're a bit weird, or like the sense of, you're always around or whatever, and I'm just not about what you're about, and that's it. Like, I feel like there's more strength in knowing that, listen, you can even like them, but you're saying like, no, like, whatever, do you know what I mean? And that's
instead
not
of
for
ghosting
you.
Ghosting is so
at your
stupid.
age.
At your big age.
I even think you have problems, and I just don't have time, because you're not evidently not emotionally mature. I don't know.
I've dodged a bullet. If you're ghosting at big age,
no.
And my thing is, I don't really like date people my age anyway, so they're normally always older than me.
Yeah.
Sorry, big 27, 28, 29.
That's crazy.
Ghosting. Don't do that.
Ghosting, like, you don't have like words to say and just be like, oh, whatever.
Like, that's one thing that I can't stand. People that lack emotional intelligence, that just can't
100%.
say what the issue is.
100%.
Or just having microaggression. This is in relationships and in the workplace. Like, just having an attitude.
Yeah.
Just being really like standoffish. It's like,
100%.
Babe, what's the problem?
I don't. I feel like,
have I done something wrong?
Have I done something wrong? And all that.
More time, I just ignore people. Like, if I get the sense that you're being like standoffish, if you can't, when you're ready to use your words, your big girl words or your big boy words. Yeah. Until then, I'm just gonna carry on and pretend like I can't even see you. You could be screwing yourself in the corner, because I'm not.
Do you know what's so hilarious? I would say I'm very much like that. Like, so if you don't warm to me or don't like you, we don't have anything in common. And I feel like with work that happens a lot. Like, sometimes I meet people and we're like worlds apart, but people like perceive me the way they perceive me, and they're like, okay, she's a black girl, sounds like she's from London. They just assume that we have.
You're standoffish.
I don't even. So, or they might just like not have like, I don't know how to say, or like not feel like they have anything to talk to me about, or comment, or like, even if we don't have things in common that we still can't discuss, and you can tell me about your life, so they just don't make an effort at all. But do you feel like you feel like you should be a beg regardless to people who don't like, to managers, like people who are managers?
No, I'll sit down in silence. I can't lie.
I wish I could do that.
I will try. So like, I've worked in like a situation where I could come in, there'll be 3 of us in the office already. Morning, guys. One person will say, morning. The other one will just carry on as if she didn't hear anything.
Hey.
Oh, God. And I'm just like, okay.
I don't want to be in an environment.
I will try to a point, and afterwards, like, there's only so much trying I can do. I'm not going to beg you.
100%.
I will just come in, good morning, particular person.
100%.
And I will just leave you because I've tried. It's not as if I haven't said it in the past.
God, I'm actually getting... like, there was one time, like, I had, like... So we have, like, senior managers. We had, like, levels with, like, working in consultancy, whatever. We always, like, have different grades and levels, right? So there's people who maybe have, like, maybe 3-4 years experience over you. Then you have like the senior managers, right? I don't know why I always get along with the people who are seniors. I don't know, like, listen, and we have different lives. These people have children, some people don't, some people are thingy, whatever, but there's always be a gist, there'll always be something to laugh about. There's always, do you know what I mean? We'll be just gisting or be laughing, or we can talk about, do you know what I mean, we can banter, whatever. But then sometimes the ones that are 3 years, like, thingy, because they've been here
closer to you,
closer, so they might be in their like 30s, their early 30s, they still feel some type of, I don't know, like I'm not your age mate kind of situation, which I don't get me wrong, I understand they have more experience than me, but don't feel like, oh, like it reflects badly on me, or I come off like I have a bad attitude because you want me to say hi to you knowing that you've like ignored me or something like that. I think that's very mad, because if I saw you, I'll just ignore you.
We work here 24/7. Can this environment just be a nice one?
Do you get it?
can we just vibe? Like, even if I don't have anything to say to you, at least just respond to my good morning.
Yeah, good mornings, 100%. I'll never forget that on Twitter. I think this was like last year where a girl said,
I even know the truth.
I said, sis, you're mad. I said, I hear it.
Why do we need to?
Why do we need to say hi?
Yeah, I said, I'm not a morning person. I was like, bro, you've had time to defrost, man. You've traveled from your house to the office. You've had time to defrost. Like, you're just bad vibes. You're just bad vibes. And people were flogging her in the comments.
I loved it. She tried to make it like a discourse of black women. I said, talk about yourself. Talk about yourself. Yeah. I don't support all women. Some women are mad. And that was like the statement. I was like, yeah, you're mad, because like literally greeting people is not as, and 100% it will come off that you're bad, like especially like what you're saying with that girl where you said hi, morning, and she ignored you. You were right.
Now everyone's looking at you like, do you know what I mean? Like, you not hear her say morning to you.
It's not a good environment. You're making it a hostile environment. It's true. You're making a hostile environment, sis. Whether that manager was black, white, or Asian, or whatever, like, you know, whatever ethnicity. It's true. It's not a black woman thing. We don't. No, you greet people. That's normal. You go to church, you greet people. Like, it's just, that's crazy.
People are weird though.
That's weird.
People are strange. They bring their weirdness into the office, and it makes it uncomfortable.
100%.
But speaking of like office and just like being around people, do you find it like easy to, so you mentioned that you're like cool with all of the people, like the higher ups, like is it easy for you to like make friends at work? Are you one of those like really social people that, because I don't know, I've always counted myself as quite a social person, but I can be very shy at first if I don't know you like that. I feel like
you can,
Yeah, I can be quite shy. People will be like, Kose, you're not shy. But like, if I don't know anybody, like, I'll just be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you find, like...
Me, yeah, I would say I'm definitely...
You're the same?
No.
Oh, really? You're like extrovert completely?
I feel like I'm quite like an extrovert.
Okay.
Unless I don't like, if we don't dwell, like, even, no, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm very much like, I can jump into any conversation.
Okay, cool.
I'm one of those people like, oh wow,
great,
yeah, we can have, I would say like communication is quite a strong point for me. So I can literally be like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm like, really? And I could like,
no, sometimes I can be quite awkward. Like, I'll sit down and I'll just be like, oh god, I'll literally like, I can hear my brain like, say something there, like, what are we gonna say to this person?
Yeah, I don't know why with you, Kose, I can see that. I don't know why, like, I can see that. I feel like I even got that from your tweets. I don't know. When I didn't know you, I feel like Kose's this type of person.
Not the psychoanalysis.
Like, and then when I met you in real life as well, I think it was at a party or that, but I was like, and then I saw your other social events. I was like, oh, I can see that.
Babe.
But like, yeah, but you're still a social babe. Do you know what I mean? Like, even when we went to a wedding and I was with my sister. Sister, do you know what I mean? We're all talking and whatever. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it just depends on I feel like environment.
I also think, this is gonna sound so weird, but I feel more comfortable around.
Yeah. Just
people that are like me.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's really bad, and it's not something that you should like do. But I don't know. I just feel more comfortable. Like if there's stuff that we can relate on.
Yeah.
We already have like a common understanding of certain things. Then I will naturally just be more open with you. But at the same time, I always try like to not. Like, I'm not one of those people that will just immediately go and sit like all the blacks have to sit together. Like, no. I'm not one of those people. But like, it does help just having people. I remember like in my old workplace, one of my really good friends now, he came up to me, shout out Michael, he was like, I saw you come in, like, you're new, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, hey, like,
100%. I do.
I was like, hey, because I'm so glad you came up to me and said hi, because I am too shy to do that. No.
Listen, me and the one, when I first, like, I think it's my first couple, like, days going to the office, and then we saw black girl, we literally just saw each other, we just saw each other, we're like, you know, because whether you like it or not, you will be a minority in that, do you know what I mean, in a situation where you're a minority, do you know what I mean? And you will tend to cluster. I remember it was an actual talking point. I remember at a certain job at a certain time, someone made a comment like, oh, I don't want it to be like everyone are in their cliques, or like certain people are in cliques. And then I knew they were referring to the black girls in cliques. Literally, there was only like 4 black girls, but like the white guys, there's like 15 or everyone is basically white, and we will be the minority regardless. But you wouldn't say what they're doing is cliquish. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't say that them being together is a clique because they're not the minority. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're literally, there's a million of them.
There's a million of
them. So even if they split into two groups of seven, they're still...
and then you have to think about it, like, if you put in general sense, like, would you have said that if it was like 2 girls, 15 guys, and then you'd been like, or 3 girls, 15 guys, and been like, oh yeah, the girls are in a clique? You wouldn't say that.
But I also try...
race, you would say that.
Yeah, but like... I don't know. I guess, especially with like social media nowadays, I feel like everything is like a race thing. Sometimes, and I try so hard not to make it like a race thing. Like I was telling you about that babe that like I'd come in and she just wouldn't acknowledge my presence, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make it a race thing. It's fine. Yeah. Maybe I just don't mesh with her. She doesn't mesh with me. Cool. Until a new babe started. And they're like the best of friends.
Oh, stop. And she was from the same
and
race.
I was like, okay, this is very interesting.
100%. That's very interesting.
This is very interesting.
I definitely think that, like, I feel like I personally don't try to make everything about race. Sometimes races may be like a factor that might go with it, or it might just be like, for me, sometimes it's more like social class.
Yes.
Social class. Nobody told me social class is a big thing.
Yes, that even goes back to like my whole thing about like the interview when I was like, oh, I went to Mumford. Like, exactly. It's not a red brick.
It's not a red brick. What are you talking about? Listen, jump scare. Jump scare.
What is that? Where is that?
Social class. They don't assume. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's social class, and by the way you speak, or that kind of tells, or where you're, what area.
Are you good at code switching?
No, I don't code switch. It's really bad.
She said, I
don't code switch. No, I think the way I am, I don't think that I could. I don't think it would benefit me to code switch.
Okay, fair
enough. I don't think it would benefit because I wouldn't be able to be like so like impromptu to jump into people's conversations, or like to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, Rob, oh, where do you live? Oh, I live in here. Oh, John, where do you live? Oh yeah, like I feel like if I was code switching, it just wouldn't. It wouldn't make me me. I don't think it would make me me, and I don't think they would like me code switching. Yeah. I think if I code switched, I would sound like this. Oh yeah,
bye.
I'm Charmaine. I think it'll just be a different person.
Because where
are you from? I live in Kent. I live in Kent.
When Yorubas or like Nigerians, I'm coming for you because this is you guys that do it the most. What's your name? Your name is Deo. Your name is Sean.
Hey.
Your name is Sean. They say, oh, my name's Sean. Sorry, I literally tell people like, it's pronounced Kose.
What other way is it? What other?
Kosi, Kose.
No, not Kosi. Not
Kosi, Kose.
Not Kosi.
Yeah, in primary school they used to call me Kose, and then in secondary school I was like, no, I'm tired. Like, guys, it's Kose. It's actually not that hard. It's not hard. Kose. Kose. Totoni. Finish. Like, Kose. We don't, there's no need for the A, there's that, just Kose.
I would say that Tayosi hates me. It's Toyosi.
Yeah.
She was getting on me today. She said, Charmaine, my name is Toyosi. It's not Tayosi.
Even like when people say Ashake, they'll be like Asaki. And I'm like,
oh. They say, who? Oh, I love the 6 people stitching like, who? You're going to see who?
You're going to see who?
Who? Ashake.
Ashake. Not Asaki.
I hear it. I can't code switch, and I think that certain people who either, I don't want to say a persona, or they've come from a specific like social class background, by the way they talk, or the words or the phrases they use, or certain stuff like that, they are perceived more
in a certain way,
a certain way differently to others who might sound, oh, you're from London, you sound like you're from London, or you feel like they feel like you fit into a stereotype, or so they might not ask you, if they ask you what type of wine you want, and you say rosé, or they say what type of rosé, and then they expect you not to, like, they might, do you know what I mean? I feel like at least give someone the opportunity to, if they do, they like a Zerfender, if they like a, you know what I mean, whatever, depending, but some people, they'll perceive you like, they don't even know what you're talking about, babes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
they're
their parents,
down on you.
their parents have a wine cellar and they have thingy whatever, but then that shows, what class you're in. And a lot of people I've worked with as well, they don't actually they're not from London. So they're from like Yorkshire or whatever. And then they've come in, like, they've just live and
they come here to work.
They come here to work. Yeah. They live in Clapham, Fulham,
all the gentrified
all the gentrified areas, Stockholm, Stockwell, Brixton, or somewhere. I
remember my old manager. He was like, "Oh, I got this really nice apartment." I was, "Oh, where is it?" He said Brixton. Like me and my colleague were like, "Oh, Brixton."
Listen.
And the thing is, he's not from here. Like he is Aussie.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, Brixton." And I was like, "Oh, Brixton."
And
don't get me wrong, the apartment was stunning.
Yeah,
really nice apartment. But I was like, "Oh, gosh."
Like, if I told my mom, she would actually like collapse. She'd be like, "Charmaine, you
was going to live in Brixton?"
It's like, mom will say, "Do you know where we've come?" Like, do you know what I mean? Like, where we've come from. It just wouldn't be like I don't know how to explain it. It's like certain parts of London were put there for like certain, demographics of people earning a certain wage and all that kind of stuff. So,
but like, don't you think in a way it's good that it's like changing? I don't know. I see the pros and I see the cons to like gentrification. Like obviously, like house prices are ridiculous right now. Like I even saw on the Shade Room, like they put up a video of like almost like 50 people queuing to see this one particular house, like a house viewing.
Babe, it's not a joke.
I hope it was fake news, because what the hell?
No, it's not a joke. I even tried to come off that TikTok, you have to put not interested, because why are you showing me TikToks like trying to find a flat, and it was just giving me bad vibes. Because people were like, literally viewing things, or people are putting 2 years rent. Do you know what 2 years rent is?
If you have 2 years rent, why do you need to be here? Go somewhere else, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, but
it doesn't make any sense.
If they spent if they decided to maybe add 20 more minutes to their journey, they could buy the house in whatever. If you have 2 years rent of something,
2 years worth of rent up front
from your pocket like this,
crazy scenes. And these landlords, you're greedy. I'm sorry,
you're greedy.
The greed is too much. This is the greed that they talk about in the Bible.
It's a lot. And I remember one of my managers was like to me, "Oh yeah, like." I moved in. He's not from London. He wasn't from London. He said that he moved in with his uni friend. That he had a house, and it was in like Notting Hill or like something. So one of Earl's Court. Their parents owned the house in Earl's Court. Then he was just paying his friend
the rent,
and his thing. And I'm just like, wow, like generation.
Even your friend
generational. That's what I'm saying. The generational wealth, like it's just a bit like So, but then that's what I'm saying. Like, so sometimes people are not willing to speak to you because they just don't feel like they can relate to you, so they'll just kind of ostracize you, which I don't think is right. I could laugh at you as well. I just don't. Like, do you know what I mean? I could also look at you and feel like, oh, weird, jump scare. Like you're not thinking you live with sheep. You come from an area that lives with sheep, but like I don't give a fuck. That might be nice. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like you might live on a farm.
Peace and serenity.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes living on a farm would be gorgeous, having a cottage. Like you live. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. But I don't look at you crazy
any differently from
But if people feel like they can't relate to you or they can't whatever, but. Yeah.
I think I need to come out of my shell a bit more. I'm getting there.
You're getting there. Yeah, you are.
Because like I'm an extrovert with my people.
Yeah.
But and I also think just because it's in the workplace, I feel like sometimes you feel like you have a lot to prove. Like you're here now, you want to make a name for yourself, you want to stay. So sometimes it can be a bit like hard, but we get in there.
Yeah. Don't tell people that have big mouths things you don't want to know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh god.
Yeah.
100%, because you don't know who's your friend in that workplace.
100%. Or like how people perceive you, people think you're dumb or something like that.
Yeah, facts. But anyway, I want to segue a little bit because obviously we mentioned your platforms, the Techie platform.
Yes.
How did that come about? And like you asked me as well, like, oh, have you what was the question? Like, have you trademarked your name and everything?
Yeah,
and I was like, I told you that I had a story to tell you.
You want to tell me about that? Hey,
have you trademarked like the babe? Okay, so maybe I'm just silly then, because I did not. I have recently though, but okay. Let me just say it. So I was minding my business at some point last year, and a group of girls who also have. How can I put this? Maybe I'll just say it and like bleep it out, or I'll tell you afterwards. But a group of girls came, like they messaged me and they're like, oh, can we have a call with you? And because they run like this. They have like a platform themselves.
Okay.
I was like, okay, maybe like they wanted us to collaborate or something. This would be good. So I had the call with them, and then they were like, oh, so Yeah, the reason we just wanted to have this call with you is because we were basically thinking of, or we want to start a podcast, and the name of the podcast is going to be called their organization name.
Yeah.
Presents It's Techie, the podcast. And I was like, okay, interesting. And they were like, yeah, and we've gone as far as to design the logo. We're even in talks with Spotify. Okay. And we've trademarked the name.
Oh my God.
And I was like, sorry, what? Like, everything else wasn't even, I didn't really care about everything else until they said we've trademarked the name.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and then one of the girls was like, yeah, but we're willing to give you written permission to carry on using It's Techie podcast. Obviously, like, we don't want to trample on what you're doing, and like, we want to like see you keep winning and stuff. And then one other babe chimed in and was like, but like, what actually is your podcast about? Because we weren't too sure, and like, well, you haven't really put out any like new content.
Are you sick or something? I would literally, this is why, you know what though? This is why, you know what, you should have 100% done first. But they should have told you what the purpose of the meeting was first. I feel like that I've learned, do you know how much time I've wasted by speaking to people, and then they've been very like vague
about what they
wanted to discuss. Because also, who is speaking to you? What do you mean? Oh, I haven't said. Listen, you can go and listen to the old podcast if you want to understand what it is, or read the blurb of my Spotify
and I was
thingy.
just like,
and that's nothing to do with you.
I was just like,
are you crazy?
The line of questioning is so odd for one, and I was just like, I'm not going to agree to anything now. I need to speak to my legal team, and or like my legal person, and I will get back to you, because what I'm not about to do is like agree to signing away some, like, this is literally my baby.
Yeah,
like, I came up with It's Techie podcast back in 2020,
baby,
in the heart of lockdown.
100%.
Oh, am I touching this thing? I am indeed. Behave yourself. So I was just like, I'm not about to sign over anything, and I'm not going to like agree to anything, even if it's just verbally. Like, I'll get back to you. So that's what I did. I went to speak to my auntie. She works in like commercial law. Spoke to some of my friends, shout out Delicia, who did law, and a couple other people. And I was just like, guys, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then they were like, first of all, go and check if this is actually the case. So I went to go and check. There was no trademark.
Oh, please.
There was no
trademark.
trademark.
It takes time. Like, I've trademarked the TechBay platform and to TechBay. So you can do that. I think on the trademark platform, you can like use words, phrases, and all that kind of stuff. And also, it also depends what they've used.
Like the classes.
The classes.
Yeah. So I was like searching.
Rubbish.
Yeah. And then I should have already known, like, when they were like, oh, we're in talks with Spotify. And I was like, babes, I don't want to rain on your parade, but Spotify, you can't just set up a meeting with Spotify because you want to make a podcast. Like,
it doesn't work like that.
Spotify come to you.
Yeah.
The Receipts podcast and 3 shots of tequila. Look how long they were going before.
Thank you.
Before they got any type of recognition.
Stop.
So that's what I was like. Are these people calling my bluff? Yeah, maybe it's even a blessing in disguise. But anyway, I even contacted like a lawyer, like online, a couple lawyers. One woman was quoting heaven and earth. I was like, don't worry.
Aww.
But one other guy was like, I've checked everything out and checked what you said, and it looks like there's no other trademark. So if you wanted to go ahead, you can, and I would like help you with the application and stuff. So that's what I did. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Listen, let this be a warning and a sign to you guys. If you have a business, if you have anything that you're working on, definitely trademark it. Even my auntie was like, so you didn't trademark this thing this whole time? And I was like, no, sis. Like, I didn't. It's like, hang up now, go and start the application, get the domain name, and get yourself an email.
Domain name is not a joke.
I did not know that people are buying and selling domain name.
Someone bought like a stupid, like, it's also good sometimes to get like stupid domain names, like there's just stupid domain names that you would think someone would want to use.
Yeah.
Listen, I remember I saw someone's tweet that said they got a domain name like 3 years ago, now it's like worth like 5k if they sell it back to their daddy or something else like that. Yeah, I trademarked my own name as well, like Charmaine
period.
Whatever, because you never know. You probably, anyways. The way Techie Podcast is going, guys, there will be like a whole blurb, like, you know what I mean, like Techie Podcast and Kose Sophia will be different. Do you know what I mean? It's different. Brands and business. Amen. Very different. Kose has spoken, like, she'll have a picture here, like, Kose has
that official.
Kose has this. Kose is a, you know, whatever.
Amen. So I claim it, man.
You definitely have to like cover everything.
Cover your bases.
Everything.
And I did not know. So then I was like, yeah, no, that's what we're not gonna do, because something that I worked on, and I did my due diligence. I knew that there was no other podcast with this name. Yeah. So why is it that you've got to the point of graphic design and it's your graphic designer telling you, 100%. That by the way, there's another podcast called this, and then you're coming to me, not even like coming to me on a mad one, like, what even is your podcast about? Is it about tech? That was the particular question. I was like, is it even about tech?
You know what's funny? Even if I wanted to, I was talking about baboons and monkeys on here, and I called it Techie Podcast. That's not your own business. I've trademarked it. Like, it's mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, I know with some people, for example, some people have like old businesses that they've registered or old domain names that they might not use, and you can contact them and ask them, can I have them, whatever. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not using it, the fact that I've come to you and I've said, oh, like, cool, whatever, and then you're still coming, oh, what is it? Is it about tech? There's content there. You can come and speak to me, whatever. You can, like, and that's none of your business. And that's nothing to do with the conversation we're having. You just ask me, okay, cool, whatever.
I was so thrown off, honestly, but anyway, thank God, because I started that application process with a quickness.
Has it been approved?
It's on the like on the register, like what's that thing where cool. Yeah, so I think by next week it should be all good to go. Hallelujah. So
unless I thought maybe she was saying that to say, oh, okay, like maybe we can use a different, like, call it KKIE or, you know, or something different. Just trying to be shady. I don't expect that.
So then I was like, okay, once I didn't even tell them that I had started it, because I was just like, and they were still insisting. So like, they were like, have a think about it and get back to us. So I was like, I'm going to speak to my legal people and I'll get back to you. So I did all of that. Came back and I was like, hi girls, I've made a decision. And they're like, same, we've made a decision too. And I was like, okay. What decision are you making? So I was like, by all means, please go ahead. You guys start.
Let's start.
So they're like, oh, we've decided not to go ahead with that name. We're going to change it slightly to something else. They told me what it was, still kind of similar, but I was like, anyway, fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. Mine is at least the trademark application is going and it's doing, because I was just like, but people will really try you.
No, I don't. Yeah, that was
in and outside of the workplace. People will try you.
Yeah, 100%.
How can you come to me saying that you want to start a podcast with basically the same name?
Yeah.
The exact same concept.
Yeah.
And so then
what was theirs about going to be like about?
So when she was like, what is your podcast even about tech? I don't even know why I even bothered to explain to them. But I was like, no, it's a play on words. Obviously, I work in tech, and you know, everyone knows the slang where it's like, something's techie. Like it's hard to navigate adulthood is techie. It was meant to be a play on words. A reflection of me.
Who are you telling? I don't know how they didn't pick that up from your thingy anyway. Oh, God.
And this is to all the people as well, that because a few people, when I first started this, they're like, oh, I thought your podcast was about tech. I was like, no, guys, can't you see the slogan?
Come on.
Because navigating adulthood is techie.
Guys, it says drinks, savings, going up. This one, I love this graphic. I love fundamental job search, drinks with the girls. It's a lot. Like,
shout out Divine who did this design as well. Amazing babe. But yes, I was explaining to them the concept, and then she was like, oh yeah, see, ours is going to be kind of similar. And I was like, no, it won't. Not if I can help it. No, it won't.
Listen, I don't want to go into my Nicki Minaj, but you can't be me. Who are you? Give it up.
It's me. I win. This is not even a hateration pod anyway, so we're not going to do that. But the moral of the story is people will try you.
Yeah.
So always just watch out.
Oh God, you definitely. I feel like I have that. Like when I have that with the TechBay platform. So you don't know what the TechBay platform is.
Give us a little bit of tea about what the TechBay platform is.
We will be rebranding. I'll announce it. So we're rebranding. So the TechBay platform is going to change its name soon. I'll come out with the name soon.
Okay,
but
we got the official, okay? Official information here.
So
okay, thank you.
I go by the Tech Bay more time. So when I was tweeting about like that's how me and Cuss
that's
like,
even how we found
each other. I don't even know. Like 2020 was such a crazy time. So at that point, I don't think a lot of people knew about like the tech industry. It wasn't like what it is right now. I would say.
And I remember that poor babe, Taylor.
Yeah.
Who was talking about making 6 figures, and the TL just came for her, and I was like, why? She was even trying to give nuggets of information and 100%, help.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Listen, I read through everything, all of the things that she said that she did. I was like, yeah, cool, I'm jotting it down. The rest of you, if you like,
that's your own business. I don't know. That's y'all. She came in. She's so lovely. She came in. She even came on one of as a guest when we had like our introduction to the Tech Bay platform.
Oh, lovely.
She came in as a speaker as well. Yeah, she's really lovely. She was doing her thing. But yeah, exactly that. So there was a time in tech. Well, on Twitter, sorry, where everyone was kind of understanding, what tech is, the market, the job market, what jobs are out there and all that kind of stuff. And I was tweeting about it, blogging, I would say like making Instagram posts, and I was on Medium. Oh my God, I was even writing stuff on Medium.
You were writing on Medium.
I was writing on Medium.
Those are God's strongest soldiers that have time. As soon as uni was done, I said, I'm not writing any type of paragraph like that again.
God, I don't even know how I did that. Honestly, it was really hard.
Writing on Medium.
Wow. Like, yeah, if you don't know what Medium is like a blog post, you know, and I feel like if you have that if you're inclined to do that, then it's calm. But I'm very much like a talky person, so communication works verbally more for me than written. But yeah, then I went by the Tech Bay. Then the Tech Bay, I started speaking on panels about like diversity in tech, getting more people from different education backgrounds and different education backgrounds, women and particularly Black people into tech. So that turned into the Tech Bay platform. So literally all I did was that platform in the end. And what we do is work with companies and with people who want a career in tech, people want diverse talent. So people who have upskilled from different like backgrounds. So some people who didn't go to uni, some people that went to uni, all that kind of stuff. Because like different people come from different education backgrounds for different reasons. So sometimes this course on tech, like, oh my God, you have to go to uni. It's better. So you don't have to go whatever. But like some people can't afford to go to uni. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's speaking from a crazy. You know, some people can't afford to go to uni. Some people's lifestyle it's not set up where they can go to uni.
So your platform helps
exactly
to keep inclusive. I love that.
So like we work sometimes on an affiliate basis with other companies who help people get to tech, or like boot camps and all that kind of stuff.
Wow,
so
look at you making this connection.
Oh, thank you,
sweetie. That's right.
Thank you. So yeah, that's the Tech Bay platform.
So yeah, guys, if you're interested in getting into tech, definitely check out the Tech Bay platform. I will leave it linked below in the description box. If you have any questions or just want to know about the different roles, because my girl here has done many.
Like witchy, right? I feel like, and that worked with that too. Like
that exactly. So it's a blessing in disguise. Yeah. If you want to find out any more information, then by all means reach out to my good sis. If you want to know a bit about data, I mean, I'm down to help. So like, if you have a few questions, then let me know. But thanks guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I feel like we could have been going for like another like 45 minutes. Babes. This is always the case.
Babes, forever, ever.
But anyway, catch me and Charmaine at DLT.
Baby, I'll be there. I'll be there. Hot girl.
I can't wait. Yeah. I need a holiday so bad. I'm tired.
No,
all this work that we're doing, we're really
working for the money. So yeah, we need
the holiday is long overdue.
Exactly. Can't wait.
But yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. The first tech episode on It's Techie Podcast. Okay.
Are you crazy?
I know that's right. But yeah, guys, as always, keep learning, stay curious, because navigating adulthood is techie, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye.
Boy, you know you need to come give me that dick. He wanna hear from the back.